Welcome to the 4-week ROI challenge. This is going to show you exactly how to grow your revenue, your followers, and your authority using a very simple 4-week cycle that I put together here for you guys today. So for the next 4 weeks, I want us to make a commitment to yourself, commitment to your business, and you can repeat this or take a screenshot of this and read it out to yourself each day, right? For the next 4 weeks, I commit to following the steps laid out to achieve my 10K in 30-day award. I understand it's not about the number, but it's about the discipline required to complete this journey. I lead from my heart knowing that action breeds growth. So take action, follow the plan. Imperfect action is way better than no action at all. So this is my really amazing drawing that I have created for the money-making activities. Now, if you haven't seen the money-making activities at all just yet, I'll just explain them to you. So there's 5 main money-making activities. First is content creation. Okay, content creation, creating hooks, creating value, and giving to your market. The next is messenger conversations, DMs, moving leads forward through your emails, moving leads forward through your DMs. Next is sales calls, having sales conversations, taking payments over the phone. Finally is fulfillment, fulfilling on your service, fulfilling on your coaching program, fulfilling on the product that you said that you would deliver to your clients. Now, people are going to drop off across all those points inside of your system. And we go through a system called follow-up to get them back through. Okay, people are going to go from strangers to raving fans. And it's as simple as this really for growing your coaching, consulting, any one-to-one or one-to-many service-based business. This is what we're going to use. So what you're going to learn in this training today is the 4-week ROI challenge that you can use to hit your first 10K or your next 10K in 30 days. The daily flow messenger activity that will help you to book at least 2 calls each day. How to drive more leads and followers to your social media account, and then using content cycles and campaigns, the easy way to do social media without striving to reach, whilst you're striving to reach your 10K in 30 days. So a couple questions for you. I just want you to get a pen and paper right now, and just write this down. Okay, what is your target number of clients in the next 4 weeks, 20 working days? What's your target number of clients? Okay, so put your offer price, how much you want to make in the next 20 days. Okay, if we want 10K, if your offers, let's say your offers 2.5K, right? We want to make 10K in the next 30 days. That means we need 1, 2, 3, 4 clients to hit 10K. So 4 clients. So just write down exactly what that is, because that intention will bring that to you. How can we produce ROI within the next 4 weeks for sure? Okay, I want you to write a couple of ideas, like how can you actually produce that result in the next 4 weeks for sure? Just write down what you think. I'm going to go through what I've created here today. Where's the lowest hanging fruit? What type of conversations have you been having already? What type of engagement have you been getting on your posts already? Where's your lowest hanging fruit? Do you have a great social media account? Do you have a great YouTube channel? Do you have a really solid email list? Have you got some great sales calls that you've had recently that didn't close that we can follow up with? Where's that lowest hanging fruit? I just want you to pause the video for 2 to 3 minutes and write down a few ideas. Okay, and what's already working for you that we can double down on, even if it's the smallest kernel of results, like you got 5 likes on a post instead of no likes on a post. Like what's that smallest tiny kernel that we can use to double down on and really go and create some great results in the next 30 days? So some low-hanging fruit ideas for you. Who can you call in your phone book today, right? Who have you got in your phone book that you can call that potentially your service could do really well for? How can I find someone who knows a lot of my ideal clients already? Right? Do you know someone in your network? Are you already in a Facebook group? Are you already in an Instagram profile? Are you already at a networking group of events that you can go to that already has your ideal clients at? Reach out to old sales calls that were no's and make re-offers. Okay, 2-step posts. People who are commenting under your comment, posts that you've already posted. Okay, re-engage them. If you haven't already made a training, like make a training for them around that 2-step post and send it to them to re-engage the conversation. Any group members who've answered yes to your group questions, anyone who've engaged in a post, look back at your old posts. So the 4-week ROI challenge is your evergreen sales and marketing flow. Really, you're going to run this system every single week for the rest of your business's life. And you're going to have a team of people who are going to do it for you. The only thing that changes is the content, the story, and the angles that you share, and then the level of messaging that you do, and the amount of distribution that you're going to create through ads and through different things like that. Okay, you're going to run this every single week to never run out of clients. You're going to just have so much confidence once you get the hang of this campaign, this challenge. You're going to message in 60-minute blocks. You're going to set a timer and message in 60-minute blocks. You're going to grow your followers, your leads, and your sales calls all with the same campaign. And the goal is to generate more calls. But more than that, you're going to be building your voice, and your content's going to start to take shape, and it's going to start to be your own. Use a Five Guys. This is an example of distribution. If your Five Guys gets 50 engagements, so that's a mixture of comments and likes, okay? You want to times that engagement by 10, and that can be your first budget for boosted. Okay, so let's say you get 50 engagements, you times that by 10, that's $500 that you have to spend on that boosted post campaign. Okay, typically you want to start with between $250 to $500 per month when you're running this campaign, but you don't need to spend ad spend if you don't want to. If you've already got a great size audience, you're getting great engagement, that's great. You don't need to run any boosted right now. If you haven't got any cash flow to do the boosted, then we've got to do everything in our power to get that lowest hanging fruit, and then use that money to start building the audience through boosted posts and some ads. So the model is this: the CCM, content cycles, and direct distribution through boosted posts. So you can take a screenshot, you can print this out, put it on your wall. We're going to be doing messenger hours. Okay, those little dots at the top are the hours that you're going to do over the days. The daily stories, you can do reels and posts 4 to 5 times a week, and then a CTA post every single week, a direct call to action post each week. Okay, you're just going to follow that, and if you're consistent with that, in 30 days time, we're going to be talking, and you're going to be saying, I've just applied for my award, either the 10K award or an award even bigger than that. Okay, the key really here is to track. Create this really simple tracker. It might look slightly different at the moment, but this is the basic premise of the tracker. Over here, we've got the leads and messages you've sent out on the left, and the active conversations, the invited to your schedule, the calls you've booked, and then the shows and the sales and the revenue sold and cash collected. Okay, so we're tracking that all here on this tracker, and that way you're going to be able to keep really consistent with the numbers, and we're going to be able to support you and help you to improve those numbers as your business progresses. So the first thing we're going to look at is content cycles. Now, there are more trainings inside the portal around content, so I won't go super deep into content, but I'm going to give you some examples, and you'll be able to look at these examples and go ahead and create something similar. So firstly, what is content? Content is your marketing at the end of the day. It's one of the key money-making activities behind building your brand. There's 2 things that it does. It's hooks to get the attention of your market, your current followers or new people, and then it's giving goodwill. It's missed out a G there on giving goodwill to warm up your audience to who you are. Okay, those 2 things combined create new leads coming in the front end, and then leads warming up on the back end, ready to buy your products and your services. So some golden rule. It's all about shareability on social media. In my experience, after helping many brands scale their social media followings fairly quickly, really it's about giving people a reason to either share this piece of content or save this piece of content. It's all about being relatable and authentic, to giving value and really serving the market, serving your audience and serving the market. You want to test to find your formats. It's all about testing to find the formats. Okay, some are not going to work, some are going to work, and leverage existing trends and formats to create within that. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. So pretty much what you can do to get a head start on everyone else with your social media is find an idea, create something, test it, invest in the idea by boosting it and distributing it, or creating a separate video or post with the same idea but with different content. So you're investing in that same format, or you're going to pivot. If it doesn't work, you're going to try a different format, try a different piece of content. So that's kind of rules that I want you guys to try and live by. Content cycles. So pretty much we want to put a weekly posting schedule together. So every day, at least 5 times a week, mixing up the formats, including images, reels, carousels. The content should be evenly spread out to cover lots of different things. Okay, I'm going to go into some of those, but you get to pick from a simple content schedule 3 pieces of content and 1 CTA each week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, plus a lead gen post on the day that's most active to your followers, or the pro content schedule, which is 5 pieces of content each week with 1 CTA, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Again, you can do Tuesday in there and Thursday because you're doing 5 times a week, plus a lead gen post. So the content types, really reels or videos over on TikTok should be leveraged for their higher reach potential and engagement rates. Okay, they're the most shared and the most viewed content out there. So you really want people to kind of save these pieces of content. Remember, it's about being shareable. Next, stories. You should be leveraging your stories every single day. Use the polls and the questions and the link features within your stories to create more engagement, which the platforms are going to give you more reach when you start using those aspects. Then we're going to be using core content, giving your knowledge, sharing stories, providing value, solutions, being relatable, at least 4 times a week, right? 3 to 5 times a week. Kind of go for that 4 times a week space. Educational, humorous, fun, lifestyle orientated, demonstrating your service, your coaching, your product, giving them something to feel great about, informed about. And I'd be using lots of indirect CTAs. So, hey, share this or save this to grow your following. Okay, and I would really leverage some trends to create your content within a trend to give you a little bit more reach. Then finally, 1 time a week, a CTA post asking them to comment with a keyword. I'm going to give you some examples now. So content examples to give value. So here on the left, I'll add these links to the bottom of this video. You're going to be able to go and check these out. But this one here on the left is a relatability. It's a humorous post. It's trying to speak to a market, which are diabetics. And one of my clients here, his partner's throwing a load of sugar, like chocolate and so on, all over him to get him to create like a relatable sort of post, which got a lot of engagement. Next is a story type post to give value, sharing a story about kind of where you've come from. What has the journey been like? What kind of has happened along that journey that was a bad moment that you can now talk about in a really positive way because you've moved forward through that. That's going to give people hope. And those story posts do super well, especially if you boost them. Like there's 4,700 and so likes on that story post. Charlotte here on the left has done an incredible job at demonstrating and educating her market and her audience. So her post here is 3 common factors affecting like lower back pain. And she uses this, as you can see on the little picture here, 3 most common factors of lower back pain. She uses that as a promise, as a hook of the video, and then she goes into solving, and then she has a CTA at the end, which is like save the video. Next, with a read more hook, relatability. Steph here, I don't know why I keep self-sabotaging, even though I know I want to change. Okay, so that's a problem that her market are asking or talking about, and then she's got the answer inside the captions. And what that does is it's a great post to boost. Also, it's a really on-trend piece of content these days that allows you to get a lot of organic reach. She got like 500,000 views organically with a very small audience. Content examples for CTA posts here. On the left, we've got Sally. She's done a free guide pitch. So comment with a keyword and I'll send you my guide, which will teach you X, Y, and Z, something that her market really want to know about. Okay. Next is another free guide pitch. Over here, Hagen is asking people to say DM free guide or comment free guide. Again, he's boosting that post and he gets a ton of reach on that post. Here's some content examples for CTAs over on Facebook. This is not just about using Instagram, but also on Facebook. This is one that I did here. It's called a pub post 2-step, which means a prove unique mechanism with a benefit post, these 2 here. It's just a structure for copywriting. And what we're doing is we're asking people to comment for a piece of value that we're going to give them, and then we're going to give it to them in the DMs, and we're going to be able to start a conversation. There's a longer form CTA example on the right. And again, we go deeper into this inside of our content modules and just reach out to one of your coaches and they'll send you a guide and some more examples. Here's some more examples of some CTA. There's an enrollment opening post here on the right. There's also a meme post here on the left, just to create a little bit of humor within their marketing. These make great boosted posts on Instagram. A two-step example that Tanner has done, something of really high value. He compiled a document with $100 million leads by Alex Hormozi. It's a 27-page document, actionable stuff, 15 hours to create. And then he said to the audience there what to do to actually get that. Got a lot of people wanting to share and comment on that post. So it's a great example of two-step, and anyone could do this, even with a tiny audience. I've got so many comments on posts that I've done when I've structured it as a two-step, giving away something of value. Perfect. So you might now be wondering, like, what do I actually talk about? So there's some examples of posts there, but what do I actually talk about? Something to keep it really simple for you is just to talk about your 3 pillars. And this one here is for a relationship style offer. So the first one is communication. The second one is creating relationships, and the third one is like lifestyle, and then the fourth one here is the lead gen or pub post. Like it's the call to action post ideas on the right. So how do we do that then? So we come up with, let's say, not able to express your true feelings here. There's a post there. And we want to use a hook. So we could even use a question as a hook. Hey, not able to express your true feelings. And then we go into a story and a teaching point about it. And then we give a CTA or direction. Hey, save this video. If you've liked this, let us know below. Or if you want my PDF around where I go deeper into how to express your true feelings, make sure to comment feelings in the comments below. Very, very simple format that you can use for any post that you do, any piece of content that you create, no matter where you put it. It's a very, very simple format that you can use. And obviously we can, within that format, dive deeper and create some other copywriting formats that you can go to teach stories or to tell stories or to teach what you're wanting to teach. But really the goal is to overcome your clients' objections, to build trust, to build credibility, and to be seen as a trusted source of expertise, right? This really creates that goodwill. We're not here to try and go viral. That will happen with consistency and with time. We're just here to give value so that we can overcome objections and move forward in the process. So here's some helpful tips on how you can create that content, that map, that content creation. A lot of people say, I don't know what to create for content. Firstly, we've got to create that core curriculum, that steps all the way through to the hopeful transformation, from their current reality to their hopeful transformation. And along those steps, if you just map it out into 5, 6 steps to get to their hopeful transformation, the outcome that they want after working with you, we can create a really simple map here. So for example, I've got create your offer as one of the key steps of this curriculum. Okay, so if I just break that down to create a content hub, I've got the big step, which is create your offer. Now I've got micro steps, how to research, finding the pain points, how to price. And each one of those could be a piece of content that I can go ahead and create because it's talking about something that's really key to my audience and key to my future clients that I'm going to be serving and helping. So there's a really secret formula that comes to creating social media content and content in general, and it's really about trend researching. And I'm just going to go into that today and give you some insights into how you can use trend researching to come up with a lot of ideas. So we come up with our content map, we come up with our questions, and now we can look in for some formats. So if I just type in business coaching here at the top, and what it will do on TikTok and on Instagram, it will bring up what is currently being shown on the main trends page for these pieces of content for the actual keywords. So if I type in the keyword that's relating to what I'm doing, and now I go into one of these posts. So this one is, let's go into this one. Okay, so this guy is, don't know if you guys can hear. I'll mute the site.
Technically, you don't even have to be qualified as a personal trainer. I recommend that you are, though. There are a lot.
So he's got a question. So this format is a question, okay? How do you go about setting up your online business? And then he's just
How do you
answering
go
the
about
question.
setting up an online coaching
He's using the
business?
same format for
Let's
the
talk
text.
about it.
He's added
It's genuinely
the question
very
at the
easy
top.
because
That's a format, answering questions format, okay? Let's have a look at another one. This format here,
the coach I have right now charges
is side face. Okay, so his face is on the side with the mic right here.
It's £1,500 an hour. But whenever I talk to my mum, she's like, hey, what are you doing?
And
Oh, I just got off a call with my
asking
CEO coach. Her response is, oh my God, Ali, I can't believe you're wasting all this money paying for a CEO coach. You don't need a coach.
he's answering questions around why you should have a coach, and that is an objection handling question. So it's a really good way to come in here and check out what sort of formats are working. And if I click through onto an account here, I'm able to see, so on this account, they're using a lot of podcasts as their core format. And what you'll notice about most social media accounts is they pick a format, they pick a particular type of how they're doing their account, and they just keep running with it. They keep running with it. So let's have a look at this lady here. Okay, so
this is how I manifested
here is another format. Notice she has a hook.
$1 million before I turned 26. So 4 years ago, I was living paycheck to paycheck. I was in a corporate job at Hazen business, 10 hours a day. This was the dream apartment I wanted, and who I need to be in order to hit my business and life goals. Then every single day, I would read that first thing in the morning. 2019. There's another difference with you. And you have to become the person. Like, what are the traits and the habits and the...
She's demonstrating in that video. So that's a demonstration style piece of content that you could potentially model. Okay, so that's just a little insight. Use the keyword research tool up the top to search for the top trending within your niche, and go ahead and leverage one of those frameworks or those ideas to create something similar for yourself. Okay, so next let's have a look at Instagram. So let's go to this one. This one seems to be working okay. So mastering client acquisition. Okay, you start here and going along here. It's quite a big infographic. I don't necessarily like this all that much, but it's getting people to say great content. So if I click on him and on the account, a lot of his content's very on brand, very similar to that. He's giving a lot of infographics. That's the kind of idea that he's going for infographics. And you can go ahead and model some of this content structure to create something similar for your content. Okay, it's not about copying people, it's about creating something or an idea that you can then leverage within your own niche. It doesn't have to be even from your own niche, the idea. You could go and search for a trend within a different niche and then go ahead and deploy that. Okay, your weekly content plan, sign your next client, day one. Okay, so they're giving you a structure here on content, which is cool. That's super valuable. I'm going to go ahead and like that. And look, I'll save that as well. It says save this post if you want to sign more clients. Okay, and people are going to go back to this and look at it. They're then going to look at Brianna's account and they're going to see, okay, cool. What is it that Brianna actually does? Like, how can she help me? Okay, and just look through her content and you can see what she's currently posting and what she's doing. Just look at how everything she's doing is very much similar in terms of the font face, the colors, even the headlines on the back of her posts here. They're all very on brand and similar, and that creates the right sort of consistency that Instagram is certainly looking for when it comes to building an audience. Cool, so I hope that makes sense for that one. And I'm going to go back to the presentation. Cool, so let's keep going. What is the key to lead flow and audience growth? So we've been through some content strategy ideas. We've been through what the model is, and now we're going to go look at direct distribution, which is boosting posts. Okay, so once you've created some of these great posts, okay, remember we're going to do 3 to 5 value-based posts each week, and we're going to do daily stories. The fastest, easiest way of distribution right now is boosted post or promoted posts on TikTok. Okay, so these are the best boosted posts that I've seen right now from clients that are working with me. Also, you can boost a Five Guys post. So stories, where I've come from, that kind of story-based marketing post works really well. A free guide or pitch demonstrating what you're teaching them in the guide and then having them comment angels below works really well. And these are just some ideas, guys, but it's really not set in stone. Really, when it comes to boosting, you want to boost your CTA posts, and you also want to go ahead and boost a couple of your profile, your value-driven posts that you've got, like save or share this. Those ones work really well for building your following. Okay, you can boost those posts, you're going to get a lot more followers. So boosting posts, how to. You literally come down here to the white, the blue boost posting as Tanner has on his poster. You then go through and you follow the steps. Okay, it's very, very simple. If you've already got audience on your account that you've converted, then you want to just use automatic audience placements. So typical strategy to boost for low budget, you want to do $5 per day for profile visits with automatic audience and run the post all the time. Don't finish it after a certain period of time. Pick a value post, something that you're delivering value, maybe a carousel, maybe a reel, giving value, something like that. Next is 5 a day on messenger combos. Okay, you're going to be running messenger combos to a CTA post, one that says comment XYZ below or DM me this particular keyword. You're going to run it all the time, and you're going to only switch it off once we look at the data. Okay, for a higher budget, start at 20 a day. If you've got a high budget, just start at 20 a day. Let's test it out. Let's see what we're kind of getting, and the same kind of structure as well for 20 a day. So for the best practices and metrics for boosting posts for this 4-week ROI challenge, you want to track and monitor quality. It's not a perfect science. It all depends if you are profitable really at the end of the day. And the KPIs you're going to shoot for are as follows. So take a screenshot, print it out, cost per profile visit, 10 to 20 cents per profile visit. I've had it up to like 50 cents or 70 cents per profile visit and still getting decent results. Cost per follower, $1 to $2.50 per follower, which is a lead. Cost per message, around $10. Cost per call, around $150. And your return on ad spend should be between 3 to 5x on revenue sold. So you spend, let's say you spend $500, right? You want to 3 times that. You want to take $1,500 into your business through that boosted. That's the kind of place that you want to get boosted to once you've really optimized those assets and those marketing materials. So how to scale. Do not delete the ad. Delete the ad, but not the post. You just delete ad, but not post, and then add budget to that. So create a new ad from that same post. Add the budget like 50 per day once you know it works. Then once you know it really works, then you can double down to 100 per day and just go from that. I'd rather have 2 posts that are working really well that I know have ROI'd for me than create lots of little posts that I'm just trying to get working. Okay. So that's direct distribution. Again, if you have any other questions about that, you could reach out to our ads clinic, or you can come and reach out to one of the coaches and they'll be sure to help you. But now we're going to move on to the CCM method. So I'm not going to go into the CCM method itself because we have separate trainings that Tanner has done on that. What I'm going to help you with today is how to actually activate and deploy the CCM method consistently. Okay, so at the top, we've got DM hours, right? So 7 days a week or 6 days a week, however days you're going to be working. You want to be doing DM hour sessions. Okay, I'll talk you through how those actually work. But in order for you to understand how they work, really what we want to look into is Parkinson's law. Now, Parkinson's law means that work expands to fill the time available for the completion of that work. Okay, so if we give messaging all day, it's going to take all day to message. If we give messaging hour slots, then it's going to take those hour slots to complete that work. So in order to do that, we need to have a completion of work. Like, what does that look like? And we need to have a time. So we need to have a goal and we need to have a time frame on that goal. So what I like to do is set a timer for 59 minutes, okay, or 60 minutes, 59 minutes. I normally have 1 minute at the beginning where I get myself into a great state, and then 59 minutes. And in this session, you want to just start 20 new combos. So you want to go anywhere that you can find conversations, comments, followers, posts, birthdays, email leads, anywhere that you can start a conversation. You want to set a timer for 59 minutes and challenge yourself to do more than 20 conversations. 20 is quite low. You can do way more than that, but do 20, get to that level, and just get consistent with doing that every single day. Because if you get consistent with that, you're going to have 20 new people every day stacking up in your conversations that will start to reply to you and create active combos. The next session that you can do, another 59 minute in the same day, is you're going to then take 20 of the active combos that you've got going, people replying back to you, and you want to continue to have conversations with them. And within that 1 hour, you want to challenge yourself to book at least one sales call. So we've done 2 hours so far. We've done 1 hour starting combos. We've done the second hour replying to combos and booking them on sales calls. So So how I like to look at it is if you do 2 new convo sessions per day, that means you're going to have 40 new conversations you've started. And then you're going to do 2 hours of replying to 20 active convos, and you're going to be booking at least 2 calls because you're doing 2 hours. So at least every single day for this 4-week ROI, you want to do at least 4 hours a day of messaging. Okay, it's not all that much. If you wake up early and you do your 2 new convo starts, and then you have a 2-hour session in the afternoon to reply to everyone, you're going to be booking a couple calls at least every single day, and that's what we want to get to. Now, don't forget on your 7-day plan, you would have got also this tracker. If you don't have this tracker, reach out to your coach, send a message into the Facebook group, and we'll be sure to give you that tracker. Now, you want to track every single day the numbers that you've put in. And if you haven't put any numbers or any sales, put 0, okay? Just stay consistent with this tracker. And when I stayed consistent with this tracker, I was able to take my business to the 10K months and beyond, okay? With this simple process of following the tracker and following the actual process that we've laid out ahead of you. Okay, so that was the CCM method, and that was going through the 4-week ROI challenge. Now I'm just going to go back up to the top, and we're going to go to, just to remind you of the model again. So the model is content cycles, CCM, and direct distribution of boosted posts. We're going to do 4-week ROI. We're going to post daily stories. We're going to do 4 hours of Messenger per day. We're going to do Reels at least 4 to 5 times per week. And we're going to do 1 CTA post every week. If you follow that and if you're consistent with this, you will hit your 10K in 30-day award. And we're going to be talking about what's to come and how can we start scaling from here. So I hope you've enjoyed this training today. And if you have any questions, reach out to the coaching team. And we'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.